Alright, so we just got back from UUWCQ, and I'm here with Young for his deck profile for Unstable Unicorns. Young, what you got?
Alright, so I got second place. I went 8-1, lost in finals. Second place, obviously, got this deck box, and first place got the limited edition one. So, but all my matches ups were pretty good. I went up against, I would say, I went up against 3 Reanimators, 2 fertile unicorns, but I mean, I think that deck's pretty outdated since Queen Bee is a thing. And then the rest of the matchups were Queen Bee, obviously, because she's tier 1. I didn't want to play Queen Bee. I don't like the mechanics of Queen Bee, so I played Reanimators. Anyways, to my deck list, obviously, your starter is Baby Unicorn Zombie because you have to fit the theme. Alright, and so the first one is Stabby, obviously self-explanatory. If he's sacked or if he's destroyed, I can destroy a unicorn on their field. So very pesky to get it rid of. If you do, then it's problematic for them. And then you play the 1 Majestic Flying Unicorn. Obviously, if you play this, you get your Stabby back, and then obviously you can loop it. It's really good. And of course, he does have Reanimator effect, so you can just constantly loop Stabby. Pretty good. Pretty much, yeah. That's why you play these two. You have to play these two. These are staples in every deck. If you don't play them, especially in Reanimator, you're bad. This one to search magic. This one's pesky to get rid of because every time he gets sacked, you pitch one and he comes back. This one to draw. This one, my best one so far. He lets me search back nays, and obviously he has Reanimator effects. This one to make him pitch. So obviously these are the Reanimators that you play. You only play one of, because if you play more than one, it gets cloggy sometimes. This one, you could argue 2, but I do like it at 1 just because you have the consistency there. Alright, so let's go. The next thing you have to definitely play is, obviously, you have to play the Narwhal Engine. You have to play Great. He lets you search for Narwhal, he lets you search for an upgrade, search for a downgrade, gets rid of downgrades on your field, lets you take an upgrade from their field, and you play the Baby Narwhal, just in case you don't have a target for that, which happens a lot. Actually happened twice while I was playing, so definitely had to play the Narwhal. Alright, next one, and the one of Mermaid Unicorn, just in case they are playing the fucking pesky Pandemonium. And I actually don't play this card in my deck, and I'll tell you why later, but this came in clutch so many times when they dropped Pandemonium on me. Alright, next, onto my magic cards. You play the 2 ofs of Retarget, you play 2 of Unicorn Poison, you play 2 of Glitter Tornado. These are the 2 ofs, no more than 2, just because it gets cloggy. Yeah, they get really cloggy, so you definitely don't want that. That's why you only play 2 of. And the 1 ofs, you play 1 targeted destruction, and honestly, I felt like I should have played 2 of this one rather than 2 of, you know, poison, just because this one lets you destroy and or sack. But obviously, you know, I wasn't thinking. Should have thought better when I was making the deck, but definitely play 2 of this and drop Unicorn Poison to 1. It's a lot better. The limited card, good deal. Obviously, it's a +1. You draw 3, you pitch 1, +1. Blatant Thievery. You look at their hand, you get 1, self-explanatory on why that's at 1. 2 for 1, sacrifice a card and destroy 2 cards. This is good in your Reanimator deck. I don't play 2 just because you have other outs to pop yours, and obviously they're going to have to be popping your unicorns as well. So this sometimes gets cloggy, especially when you have a really good hand, which you do most of the time because this deck is really consistent. Obviously the one of Mystical Vortex, self-explanatory, and obviously the broken one of Shake Up, because if you have 1 card, this is your only card, play it, shuffle your discard, and draw 5. So obviously that, most likely this is going to get banned. It's way too good. Alright, and for my downgrades, I only play 2. I play Broken Stable so they can't play upgrades. Just locks them down, lets them slow down Queen Bee a lot, actually, especially with her extra tails and her rainbow mains. This is really good against that. Obviously, I only play 1 though, because it can get cloggy, because that is using up your whole turn. Sadistic Ritual. This is, it's a good and bad card. You know, you give it to them, then obviously they have to pitch, and this is good against Queen Bees and Extreme Fertile, but if you're playing against Reanimators, then obviously you put this on yourself. And sometimes I actually had to put this on myself while I was playing against Queen Bee, just so I could keep sacking, because all they were going to do is just keep plussing. Alright, and for my upgrades, you play the 1 of Double Dutch. Obviously, this card's limited for a reason. It lets you play 2 cards per turn, really good. This protects your monsters just in case. They do have a lot of options to pop. You do need some protection so you can be in control. You play the 1 of Yay, obviously, because you can't be nade. Obviously, that's really good. And then for the final, obviously you have to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You have to play 14 nays. If you don't play 14 nays, you're fucking trash at this game. The reason you gotta play 14 nays is obviously it lets you stop anything they do. Actually, in the 7th round, I was playing against Queen B, and I activated Sadistic Ritual actually on him, and he nade, I nade, he nade, I nade, and he nade, and then he ran out of nades. So obviously you do want to see a lot of these in your hand because they're just too fucking good. And then you play the 1 of Super Nay, but I can't find my Super Nay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you play Super Nay. 1 of limited, too good, says no, you cannot name me back. But yeah, that was my deck profile, and the reason I didn't play Pandemonium, Pandemonium 1, it's not good for your deck because you're constantly trying to put your Reanimators out so you can make it more pesky for them. Pandemonium and Queen Bee and Extreme Fertile is good because they can slowly ramp and they can slowly spam, and obviously if they're playing Reanimators, you know, obviously Reanimators is going to be faster, so they need a way to stop that before they can get going. But like I said, you had answers. You actually play a lot of answers to this card. Therefore, I don't think this is really good, especially against another Reanimator deck. But yeah, that's it. Any questions?
Do you feel like you misplayed at all during this regionals at all?
Yeah, I definitely misplayed. There was one play where I should have baited out the Nay. I knew he had one in hand because he searched it. I definitely should have baited it out with actually Rainbow Aura. I should have baited it out with Rainbow Aura because there was really no way he was going to pop my cards. He was playing Control, and you know, obviously Control, they run the standard Nay combo, so I should have definitely baited Rainbow Aria and then straight into Nay. Yay, because I had double Dutch out, so that was a big misplay there, but I still came up out on top just because he had no answers. He was playing Control, but since Reanimation lets me constantly get pluses from sacking or destroying my unicorns, it wasn't too bad. But yeah, that's definitely one of the bigger misplays that I did notice while I was playing today.
Do you think they're going to be hitting Reanimators anytime soon?
Honestly, I definitely think they're going to be hitting Reanimators, just because, one, this card is just way too good. If they're not going to hit Nay, which most likely they will, they're going to hit this card because this lets you constantly loop. This with Sadistic Ritual, Ritual makes you pop this, you play this, you get Nay back, so it's infinite Nays. So yeah, definitely that one. If they're going to hit any Reanimator, it's going to be this one. And most likely, they're probably going to be hitting this one anyways. It doesn't matter if you're playing Reanimator or not, you play this with obviously Sabby, and it's a loop. So definitely these 3 cards, I'd say you definitely have to watch out for on the next ban list for sure.
Do you think they're going to hit Queen Bee at all?
Queen Bee is good right now. She's obviously tier 1, and that's what I lost to. The early game is kind of slow for her just because you need Queen Bee out on the field. But once you get that and once you get Rainbow, it's really hard for them. They can just stack Rainbow mains, and then next thing you know, on turn 4, they're bringing out 4 basic unicorns, and that's just pesky to deal with. So definitely I think Queen Bee is going to get hit. I just don't know how, because I think they still want to make the deck viable. Most likely they're going to just spam like, you know, Pandemonium, or not ban it per se, but they're definitely going to limit it because they do run 4 of. So most likely they will hit Pandemonium in a lot of their answer cards because they still want to keep the deck alive. You know, that's one reason I like this deck, this game actually, over Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just because they really look at the player base, and they really look at the cards. They don't just, you know, just say, oh, you got all the good cards, now let me ban them. They actually take time, let you still play the deck, but it makes it a lot more balanced. And obviously with Reanimator, if they hit this, then, you know, it's kind of hard for you to be in control, so you have to commit a lot more. So definitely think it's fair if they do hit this card, for sure.